Talk about outliers. We talked a little bit about them yesterday. Remember what an outlier was? Yeah, if you have a set of data, if you have a set of numbers, and you have one of the numbers that's like way different than all the other ones, that's an outlier. All right. Here's your duh statement of the day. The mean, median, and mode may change when you add data to a data set. So let's say we have a set of test scores like 98, 93, 89, and 95, and we're asked to find the mean, median, and mode of those numbers, and then go, oh, excuse me, by the way. Okay, you have that set of numbers, and then all of a sudden you go, oh, I just found two more test scores, 83 and 79. Well, do you think that the mean, median, and mode might change if you add those two numbers? Well, yeah, of course. So there's your duh statement of the day. First lesson has two parts right here. Find the mean, median, mode of the data in the table. So let's find the mean. Mean is what? Mean is what? Well, how do you figure it out? How do we figure out mean? Kevin. Add all the numbers up and divide by 5. So if we added this up, we have 5 and 5, which is 10, plus 11 is 21, plus 7 is 28, plus 7 is 35. So 35 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our mean is 7. Our median. How do we figure out median? Finding the middle number. So we have a 5, we have a 5, we have a 7, we have a 7, and we have an 11. Okay, cross them off. 2, 2, 2, 2. 7's in the middle. Our median 7. What's our mode? 5 and 7. Okay, now this is the other part of this lesson. Oh yeah, by the way, we found more information. In 2003, they won 8 games, and in 2004, let's see. Just a second. 35. They run 0 games. Bad year. Bad year for the football team. Sometimes that happens. Okay, so then it's going to say, oh, how is it going to change? So now we have to find the new mean. Now the new mean is going to be what? We had 35 plus 8, which is 35 plus 8. Because this was 35 before, right? So it's going to be 42, right? 35 plus 8 is 42. Plus 1, 42 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which is what? 6. What? Oh, 43. I'm going to change this then just to make it easier. Yeah. So the mean is 6 now, right? Our median is, now we have to do 0, 0. Well, I'll do it over here. 0, 5, 5, 7, 7, 7, 11. So we cross off. Still 7. Our mode is 7. You see, sometimes you find new numbers and then things change, right? What changed when we found additional data this time, Parker? Those changed? So, sometimes the mean, median, mode, sometimes those things change when you find new data. That's the first part of the lesson. That's the first part of the kind of stuff you're going to do in your homework. Like, you're going to have problems like this. Number of basketball games won, and then they're going to go, oh, in 2002 they won 15 games, 2003 they won 15 games, and in 2004 they won 6 games. Now find the new mean, median, mode. You don't have to, we're not going to do it now. We're not going to waste our time with that. I know that you know how to do that. Now, outliers. This is the second part of the lesson. Outliers. A value in a set that is very different from all the other values. All right. So, we have this. We have Ms. Gray. She's 25 years old. She took a class with students who were 55, 52, 59, 61, 63, and 58. By the way, I see one calculator. Why don't we get another calculator out? Because that way we can be quick about this. You want to do it? There you go. All right. So the question is going to say, find the mean, median, and mode with and without Ms. Gray's age. While you two with calculators are figuring out the mean with her age, okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to go with. We're going to say the mean, the median, and the mode. And then we're going to go without the mean, the median, and the mode. Okay, so you guys, Torrance, your job is to figure the mean with her age in it. Tommy Ann, yours is to figure out the mean without her age in it. Okay, so don't include the 25, Tommy. We, as a class, will then do the median because that's easy. So go 25. What's the next number? Wait. Let's do this. 52, 55, 58. Okay. Did you figure it out? Sure. $54.7. That doesn't seem right. You added all of these up, all of them, and divided by what? 7? All right. What? Then you divide by 6. Yeah. No, something's not right. All right, so. Yeah, go ahead. Try. Please. So we're going to cross these off. That one, then 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 that one. So this is with her age. Our median is going to be 58. Without her age, now we're going to have to just forget this one even exists. Without her age, now we're going to cross these off like this. Now I have 2 in the middle, 58 and 58.9. Without her age, it's going to be 58.5. Mode, no mode. No mode. Did you figure out the mean yet? $58. Okay, now, this is the kind of thing you're going to have to do in your homework. You're going to have to figure out with the young one or with the outlier, and you're going to have to figure out without the outlier. Now, notice something. I want you to take a look at this. Notice that the mean changed quite a bit, didn't it, compared to the median. The median only changed by a half, 0.5. The mean changed by almost 4. That's a big difference. In fact, let's see, 54.7. That means that this one's older. Actually, that means that only one. If you put the if you included the mean, look at where the mean would fall. The mean would fall right here, wouldn't it? Look at all these older people there. That's how much that Ms. Gray threw that average off. You see that? Whereas the median would have been right here, right where it belongs. See that? Now, so you're going to be asked questions like this. This is important, so I want you to really listen. You're going to be asked questions like this. What is a good representation? Which number would be a best representation of this set of data? Would the mean, the median, or be the best representation for this set of data? Now, if you include Miss Gray's age, which is the best representation? The mean, the median, or the mode? Which one? The median. Okay? This one with her age is the best representation. Without her age, which is the best representation? The mean. I want you to remember this. Put it in your brains. Ready? If you have an outlier, the median is the best representation. If you do not have an outlier, the mean is going to be your best representation. Okay. Because it's closest to the average, it's a best representation of that set of numbers. It's the one that's going to best describe that set of numbers.
Will this go in every problem if you have an outlier?
If you have an outlier, yeah, that's a pretty good general rule. If you have an outlier, the median is going to be your best representation of the set. If you do not have an outlier, then it's not. Yes. With? Because we're using 25. We're throwing 25 in there. 25 brings that average down. Let's say you got test scores of 95, 98, 97, and 93. Okay, that's a pretty good test average, right? What if all of a sudden you just bomb one and get a 32? Okay, your average test score then is way low, isn't it? It's not really a representation of your ability. Because usually you get 90s, but all of a sudden you did really bad. Maybe you had a bad day, you weren't thinking, things weren't going right, and you just had a bad day. That's when your median is going to be your best representation, because that best shows your average. All right, next thing. This one's the same. It's just the opposite, and we're not going to do it. Save some time. I want to ask you this. It's going to ask, what's the mean, median, and mode of this data set? First of all, and then the next question says, which statistic best describes the data set? These are statistics, mean, median, and mode. Those are called statistics, okay? Which one best describes this data set? You should be able to answer that question without even figuring out the mean, median, and mode right now. Which one's going to be the best? What do you think? Why would you say the median?
Because they're all like 40s and 30s, and there's one second.
There's one that's 75. This guy right here is an outlier. Now, that doesn't mean that you get to ignore this part of the problem. Make sure on your homework, it's going to ask, what are the mean, median, and mode? You still have to do that, all right? But you should be able to easily answer this question because there is an outlier. By the way, who would buy a $75 pair of ice skates? Jeez. Not me. Do you see an outlier here? What would it be, Jonathan?
$3.
$3. And guess what? That's the pair of gloves I would buy. Your homework. Page 304. Numbers 2 to 16 even. And I want you to understand this, that you may use your calculators. They are okay to use. Calculators okay. Now, be aware, many of these problems have more than one thing you need to do on it. It will say you need to figure out the mean, median, and mode with and without the outlier. Understand that, and that you have to do all of that problem. So read the question carefully and answer the questions that are asked, okay?